So we'll go ahead and get started. Um, Quickly, before I go into all the information about Pepsi Scholars, which is what you're here to learn about, a little bit about me is that my name is Erin McElhaney, and I am the graduate assistant for special projects in the Career and Leadership Development Center here at Ohio University. I am also a second-year graduate student, so I am in the College Student Personnel Program pursuing my master's degree. I will be graduating this May if things go according to plan, so that is super exciting. And I have really enjoyed my time being able to work with Pepsi Scholars this past year and couple months that I have been here. I absolutely love the program. I think it's incredible, and I know just how beneficial a scholarship program, a scholars program can be during your undergraduate experience, because I was actually in one at my undergraduate institution. So it's very close to my heart, and I have had a great time working with everyone, and I look forward to working with a new group of students. So let's get on into it. Pepsi Scholars. So what is Pepsi Scholars? Pepsi Scholars is a leadership-based cohort-modeled scholarship program that is composed of 12 first-year Ohio University Athens campus students with leadership potential. And then Pepsi is also a year-long program where students explore their own leadership development individually and as a group. So it does run for an entire calendar year. The application that is live right now is for the 2021 cohort. And then, yes, Pepsi Scholars explore their own leadership development individually and as a group through various activities, which we'll get into in just a second. So what does being a Pepsi Scholar look like? What are the requirements? So to be a Pepsi Scholar, you have to be a first-year student enrolled full-time on the Ohio University Athens campus. I know you may not be actually physically on the Athens campus right now. That is fine. You just have to be a full-time student enrolled here at Ohio University. You have to be in good standing with the university, both academically and conduct-wise. And we look for students that have some type of financial need. So there is a monetary piece that goes along with this. There's a scholarship for the year that you are in the program, which is why we look for students that have financial need. So what exactly does a Pepsi Scholar do? So like I said, Pepsi Scholars explore their own leadership development individually and as a group. And this happens in a variety of different ways. So Pepsi Scholars participate in weekly meetings to gain leadership and career skills. These will involve things like guest speakers, watching TED Talks, doing personal reflections, different team building and team bonding activities, anything along those lines. Pepsi Scholars will participate in a group activity or retreat. So we do try to do something fun each year. This past year, we were supposed to compete in the Bobcat Leadership Challenge. Unfortunately, that did get canceled due to the pandemic. But that's okay. We're looking for alternative ways to get to do something fun this semester with these students. And then last year, for example, we did a group retreat to Columbus, Ohio, where we participated in an escape room, did a group dinner, and we also got a tour of the Ronald McDonald House and were able to make blankets for the children and family there. So that was a really cool experience. Pepsi Scholars are required to attend or complete leadership workshops when required. So a lot of times we will participate in a couple of the workshops that the CLDC does, specifically the ones revolving around leadership skills, but we do kind of look at the career development side of it as well. A lot of times those will either be self-guided in this virtual format, or we'll actually have a student ambassador come in and facilitate them. And then Pepsi Scholars also give back to the community through various community service engagements. So sometimes this looks like working with Passion Works, which is a local organization here, or like I said, last year we did work with the Ronald McDonald House. So that is another example of something we do. Community service and community engagement is really important, especially as a leader in a community. So I think it's really important to get involved with that kind of stuff. And so the application process. So there is an application component to being a Pepsi Scholar. You do have to apply for it. So the application is live right now. It is due November 2nd at 11:59 p.m. via Handshake. So Handshake is our career services portal here at Ohio University. For those of you who don't know, you can access it right through the Career and Leadership Development Center's website, and you will log in with your Ohio University credentials. So the same thing that you use to log into your Ohio email, log into Handshake, you can complete the application. It's also where you can sign up for career coaching, leadership coaching, virtual job fairs, and drop-ins if any of that interests you. And then the application will be reviewed after the due date, and eligible students will be contacted for interviews. There will be one interview this year. Normally there's two because we do both a group interview and then a big observational interview. But with the virtual format, that is not going to happen this year. So there should only be one. And those group interviews will take place during November and December, depending on how many we have to do. And then the selected scholars will be notified of their acceptance into the program at the end of the semester. So come the end of the semester in December, you should know whether or not you are accepted into the Pepsi Scholars Program if you choose to apply. And then dates to know. So the info sessions are currently happening. There was one on September 30th. There's this one today on October 8th. And there will be two more, October 14th and October 22nd. So if you are watching the recording and you decide that you have questions and want to pop into a live info session, feel free to come to either of those. And then there will be an application and resume workshop on October 29th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in the same meeting link. If you have any questions about your resume or your application, feel free to jump into that one. That will be specifically about that. It won't be this PowerPoint again. And then the application due date is November 2nd at 11:59 p.m., like we previously mentioned. Again, just through handshake. And then, yeah, that is everything you need to know about the Pepsi Scholars Program right now. Quick, simple, easy. So yes, if you have any questions, like I said, you can pop into an info session on either of those dates. But then you can also just send me a quick email. My email is listed right here. It's em103414@ohio.edu. It is also listed on the Career and Leadership Development Center's website. But yeah, that is everything. So thank you for watching this video and joining us to learn about the Pepsi Scholars Program. I really hope you apply. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you. Have a good one.